Hello friends, I am Jitendra Katre. Today I am going to make a sunset photograph. I am here at a small pond near my place. Sunset timing is about 6:25 and it will be followed by blue hour for about 20 minutes. So these 20 minutes is the time when I am going to make this photograph. I am using here Canon 5DS mounted with Canon 16-35 f4, securely mounted on Manfrotto. I am going to switch off image stabilization. I am going to set aperture at f8. I am going to bracket 3 shots, 3 different exposures, and this composition looks nice enough. Light is already very low. There is golden hues in the clouds. There is a dark strip between sky and water, so I have to increase my exposure composition by almost 2 stops. Now I have changed my aperture to f11 and changed ISO from 100 to 50 so that I will get the slower shutter. And now I am going to take 3 different exposures, 3 bracketed exposures. Still I am getting 2 seconds exposure to a darker shot. The most underexposed shot, shutter speed I am getting is about 3.2 seconds. For middle exposure I am getting 6 seconds. And for the brightest shot, I am getting shutter speed of 13 seconds. I think I will get some cloud moments at this shutter speed. I will have to wait for another 5 to 10 minutes. The sky is very beautiful now, and I am getting about 10 seconds for my middle exposure. And I think that is sufficient for making a good HDR image. It may not appear, but it is quite dark now. You can see a moon behind me. I finished taking 3 exposures and I think they are good enough to make a good HDR. Let's get back to my computer and edit the image. So guys, I am back at my computer and I have opened these 3 exposures here in Adobe Camera Raw. Before going further, make sure that you have selected ProPhoto RGB as your color space and also color depth 16 bits per channel. This ensures the best image quality. Now, select all images, click there again and now select sync settings. So whatever I do to any of these images will be applied to other two. Now, before going further, click at this tab and check these two boxes so that chromatic aberration, whatever there may be, will be removed and lens profile is applied to the image. Now I am going to merge all these three images together. Before clicking on this merge, make sure these two boxes are checked. Now the merged image will open as DNG. So this is the DNG image, merged image, with much better dynamic range now. You can see here there are no blown highlights, no dark areas without any details. I will open up the shadows a little. Move black slider slightly to the right and open the highlights a little. I will crop this image right here only. Now I will go to the sharpening and noise reduction tab. I usually like to keep my detail slider down to about 10, and now I increase the amount of sharpening. Now I will press Ctrl Alt and 0 so that the image will be enlarged to 100%. I will check if there is any noise. I think there is hardly any noise in this image, so I don't think there is any need to give some noise reduction to this image. I will bring the image down to normal size by pressing Ctrl and 0 keys. So I think it is time to open this image in main program of Photoshop. So here is the image opened in main program of Photoshop. I will duplicate the background layer. With a healing brush, I will remove some of the debris that is seen around here. Remove couple of dust spots. Okay, that's it. Now I will launch levels adjustment layer, and now to the mask here I will apply a gradient mask. I will select this one. By pressing shift, if you apply this mask, it will be in straight line. Okay, so now this dark band is selected and bright areas will not be affected by whatever we do with levels adjustment layer here. Okay, some contrast is applied to the middle dark area of the image. Okay, now I will relaunch the same adjustment layer. I will use the same gradient mask, but this time I am going to reverse this mask by pressing Ctrl and I keys. So whatever I do with this layer mask will be applied to the bright areas. So I will reduce the brightness, give some contrast to it. Okay. I like to apply gradient map It gives very beautiful warm color to the image. I will change the blending mode to soft light and reduce the opacity down to almost 5 or 6%. That's all. It gives very beautiful warm view to the image. So here we are. Little more contrast. Okay. Now I will add a blank layer. And draw an elliptical shape here. Apply some feathering. And now I will reverse the selection by clicking here. Okay, now I will give some vignetting to the image. The corners will be darkened and that helps viewer to gaze its direction to this tree or central part of the image. Now that we have applied vignetting, it is essential in these corners, but I don't think vignetting is needed or darkening is needed in this dark area, dark patch in the middle of the image. So I will remove that effect by using black brush. Make sure the edges are soft and opacity is to 100%. So darkening in this area is not needed. So I will remove that. Now I think it's time to flatten the image. Before saving it, make sure to change over to 8 bits per channel from 16 bit per channel, and also don't forget to convert the profile from ProPhoto RGB to sRGB so that image can be used anywhere on the net or anywhere you want. And now it's time to save the image. So that's it. I hope you like my video. Thanks for watching.